26. Please stand and welcome the graduates.
colors will now be presented by the award-winning First Colonial High School NJROTC, followed by the singing of the national anthem by the First Colonial High School combined choruses. Please remain standing until you are asked to be seated. Please be seated. Thank you, chorus. Thanks also to the NJROTC and their naval science teachers, Lieutenant Tyrone Guzman and gunner's mate, Chief Petty Officer Genesis Robinson. Members of the chorus and their director, Miss Amanda Clifford, and the band and their director, Mr. Nicholas Craig. Good afternoon. My name is Jada Collins, and this year I served as First Colonial's Student Cooperative Association President. It is my privilege to welcome you to the 60th commencement exercises of First Colonial High School. I take great pride in introducing distinguished guests joining us this afternoon. On the stage today are Virginia Beach City Public Schools senior leadership members, Dr. Donald E. Robertson Jr., Superintendent, Mrs. Cheryl Woodhouse, Chief of Staff, Mr. Matthew D. Delaney, Chief Schools Officer, Dr. Walter Brower Jr., Senior Executive Director of High Schools, our Virginia Beach City Public School Board members, Mrs. Kathleen Brown, School Board Chair, Mr. Mark Bowensteel, Mr. Michael Callan, Mrs. Sharon Felton, Ms. Melinda Rogers, City Council Member Mr. Worth Remnick, the Principal of First Colonial High School, Dr. Daniel Miami, Assistant Principals of First Colonial High School, Ms. Deborah Shelton, Mr. Richard Plank, Mr. Brad Barber, Legal Studies Academy Coordinator, Mrs. Melissa Disher, Administrative Assistant, Mrs. Adrienne Bracey, and our School Improvement Specialist, Mrs. Kirsten Birdsall. Distinguished honor graduates, Layla Bullard, Kira Bonfiglio, Liam Wilson, and FC's Senior Class President, Jacob Wimet. We welcome the many friends and loved ones who are unable to be present this afternoon, and those who are joining us on our live webcast. And we welcome you, Class of 2026. Now, I would like to invite our class president, Jacob Wimette, to share a few words with the class of 2026.
Thank you, Jada. Good afternoon, friends, parents, and students of First Colonial's class of 2026. My name is Jacob Wilmette, and I've had the honor to serve as your senior class president over the past year. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment and thank a few people for getting us here today and making our senior year so memorable. I'd like to thank our SCA sponsors, Miss Moxie, Miss Fountain, and Miss Scott, for helping guide the senior class officers through every stage of planning and execution throughout the year. From prom to homecoming, everything was great because of them, so thank you. I want to keep my remarks brief. What we've accomplished, shared, and enjoyed over our past 4 years together has been fantastic. It's a bit of a bittersweet feeling. We'll miss the talks in the back of the classroom while we're supposed to be paying attention, the times we roam the halls a bit longer than we should, the days where we may have skipped first block. We'll miss the games, the musicals, the concerts, and so much more. Who knows, we may even miss the times we were stuck in the parking lot for 20 minutes trying to get out after third block, making eye contact through the windshield at our friends and laughing. But we need to move forward. Move on to our next adventures, and that's what this ceremony is here to celebrate. Last Thursday, I received a piece of advice that I'll be carrying with me as I move forward, and I thought I would share it today. It was from one of my favorite teachers that I've ever had. He said, the first step in becoming a better person is to give others grace. The more I think of it, the more I realize that grace is a huge part of why we were successful in high school. Our teachers gave us grace when we turned an assignment in just past the due date. Our friends gave us grace when maybe we didn't feel quite like ourselves. Some of our parents may have given us grace when they got that little notification that we had skipped that first block. That little forgiveness or benefit of the doubt has meant a lot as we've grown through high school. And it'll be important to give back to the people we'll meet in the next stage of our lives. Class of 2026, we've made it, but we're moving into a world that can be cold at times. And as we move forward, let's show them the warmth of our hearts and the power of our grace, compassion, and love. The world needs a little more of it. Thank you. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the principal of First Colonial High School, Dr. Daniel Mayani.
Thank you, Jacob. Dr. Robertson, senior staff, school board members, city council members, faculty and staff, candidates for graduation, family and friends, welcome to the First Colonial 60th commencement exercise, also known as the Diamond Anniversary of the school. Each year, the honor of giving an address to the assembly at graduation is afforded to the seniors who have achieved a grade point average above a 4.7. Our three distinguished graduates are Liam Wilson, Kira Bonfiglio, and Layla Bullard. First up is Layla Bullard. Layla is graduating from First Colonial High School as a member of the Legal Studies Academy with an overall cumulative GPA of 4.7564. Pretty good. She's taken 16 AP classes. She has dedicated herself to all aspects of the legal field, having interned at the Virginia Beach General District Court and actively participates in mock trials, model judiciary, speech, and debate team. In addition to her academic pursuits, she serves as the president of the Interact/Gifted Advisory Board Club, participation chair of the National Honor Society, and is a member of Rho Kappa. Outside of academics, she devotes herself to service, regularly volunteering at Virginia Beach City Public Libraries, mentoring a youth soccer team, and leading service initiatives with her school community. This fall, Layla will attend the University of Virginia to major in political science, as she aspires to pursue a career as a criminal prosecutor after earning her Juris Doctorate. Layla Bullard.
Thank you, Dr. Mayani. Good afternoon, parents, teachers, peers, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. First, I'd like to thank my mom and dad who supported me through every moment of debate competitions, Model UN conferences, and soccer tournaments. Thank you to my Lolo and Lola who immigrated here from the Philippines and instilled in me the value of my education and the importance of working hard. Most importantly, however, I would like to thank you all, the class of 2026, for guiding me through 4 years of making new friends, AP exam seasons, and everything in between. As I was writing my speech, I became hyper-aware of potentially everything I have ever said. And I realized why giving this speech is maybe the most bold thing I have ever done. Not because I am scared of speaking in front of the biggest crowd ever, but because I am probably the most cliche person in the class of 2026. I'm a teenage girl who loves Taylor Swift, a lot. I'm a Filipino who laughs really loud. I'm a girl who absolutely loves the color pink, and I'm a patriot who is feeling a little lost right now. I wanted to make sure that this speech wasn't as cliche as I am. During that process, I watched endless amounts of past graduation speeches that received millions of views and commendations. But soon I realized that it would be almost impossible to write something original, something that no one had ever given a speech about. So I honestly just threw that idea out of the window and decided that I would actually write about the value of being cliche. Many of the speeches I watched talked about the value of being unique, of being unafraid of standing out in a crowd of people who are the same. But no one talked about the people inside the box, except I think the people inside the box are just as cool as the people outside. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that being cliche isn't so bad. It's what gives us community. Being cliche means having a place to share moments, celebrate triumphs, and be yourself with people who understand and relate. So don't be afraid of being yourself or loving what you love, even if it means being a little cliche. Choose to love limitlessly and love everything you do endlessly. And surround yourself with people who do the same. Don't force yourself into being someone you are not, and don't live by other people's ideas of interesting. Because years end, and people leave, and things change even if you aren't ready for it. And life is honestly too short to live by other people's expectations of you. So patriots, as we go our separate ways, remember to always live your life, write your own story, and sparkle in your own way. Because even if it's a little cliche, it will be your own to be proud of. And I'm happy to say that being a proud patriot has been my favorite cliche. Thank you, and go Patriots.
Thank you, Layla. Next up is our salutatorian, Kira Bonfiglio. Kira is a salutatorian of the class of 2026 and a proud member of the Legal Studies Academy. She's completed 16 AP courses and finishes high school with an overall cumulative GPA of 4.7808. Kira represented First Colonial as a class of 2026 Brickell Scholar, is a two-time AP Scholar with distinction, and was First Colonial's Jefferson Scholar nominee. She is also a 4-year starter and captain on the varsity soccer team and runs both indoor track and cross country. During her time as First Colonial, Kira served as Community Service Chair and President of the National Honor Society, the President of the Spanish Honor Society, and was a coordinator for the Old Donation Middle School Leadership Workshop, and was a member of the Math and Legal Studies Honor Societies. She interned and volunteered at the Legal Aid Society of Eastern Virginia and will be attending the University of Virginia, where she plans to major in political science on the pre-law track. Kira Bonfiglio.
Thank you, Dr. Hermione. Good afternoon, Dr. Robertson, senior staff, members of the school board, city council members, guests, parents, faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2026. As many of you know, I'm not the best driver. And over the last few years, I found myself not once, not twice, but 3 times hitting a stationary object. Fortunately, each time I was able to call my dad, who calmed me down and assured me that everything would be okay. Then he would drop everything and come to assist me. Throughout our lives, we often find ourselves in situations that we can't handle on our own, and we turn to the community that surrounds us. Even as I was struggling to write this speech, I turned to my friend for help. Before I talk about the importance of community, I want to thank the community that has gotten me here. First, to my mom and dad. Thank you for always being there for me, whether it was driving me around the country for soccer games or helping with my math homework. I also want to thank my brother and sister for always pushing me to compete and do my best. All of the teachers and coaches who have supported me these past 4 years, especially Miss Weddle for always keeping her door open to me. And lastly, my dear friend Bella for helping me write this speech. But the reason I stand before you today is not to talk about my own community, but rather the community we've built these past 4 years. Between freshman orientation, through graduation, and all the fun in between, we have not only grown individually, but as a community. All of us have made new friends at FC, and for many of us, we can't imagine life without them. As we head into the future, it's important to look at the people who are by our sides, but also to the people of our past who helped us get there. This community is special because we shared such a crucial part of our lives. We should all be excited to grow our communities with new places and people while acknowledging the importance of what we have here. I know I personally will miss the convenience of my dad only being 10 minutes away when I inevitably hit another stationary object. As we move on with our lives, this community may look different. We won't share the same hallways and classes, but the bonds we've built won't disappear with them. Some of us may go to the same college, meet again as we search for jobs, become next-door neighbors in 10 years, or simply carry each other as cherished memories from these years. Whatever the future holds, I can say with confidence, we wouldn't be standing here without one another, and that is what makes us ready for what comes next. This is the last time this whole class will be together, and I want you to appreciate and be grateful for the people sitting around you. At the end of the day, we've all met someone here who we could call if we crashed our car. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Kira. And finally, our valedictorian, Liam Wilson. Liam Wilson is the valedictorian of the First Colonial's class of 2026 and a proud member of the Leaguer Studies Academy. He has demonstrated exceptional academic achievement, completing 18 AP courses, scoring a 1480 on his SAT, and earning a GPA of 4.7859. Beyond the classroom, Liam serves as co-founder and co-president of First Colonial's National English Honor Society chapter, vice president of Rho Kappa, and captain of the Scholastic Bowl. Liam's internship at Smith Law Firm furthered his interest in the legal profession. This fall, Liam will attend the University of Virginia as an Eccles Scholar. He plans to study political science and economics before attending law school and pursuing a career as an attorney. Liam Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Mayani. Graduates, staff, senior staff, family, and friends. Before I go any further, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank my family, friends, peers, teachers, and mentors who are too numerous to count and have consistently supported me
and pushed me to better myself. Now, graduates, it is an honor to address you, the first Colonial High School class of 2026, as your valedictorian. When I first began considering what I would say for this speech, I had this idea to talk about how we should seek to pursue our passions and find success in them. Yet as I further considered what I would say, this idea morphed, and I realized how fortunate I am to make this address as we prepare to celebrate our great country's 250th anniversary. When I stopped to contemplate my speech, I realized that I was really thinking about the American dream. To so many, for the past 80 years, the American dream has become synonymous with a house in the suburbs, with white picket fences, a family consisting of a husband, wife, their 2.5 children, and maybe even a dog. And for many, this is the American dream. This is what many Americans strive to achieve. But fundamentally, the American dream is more than that. It is the opportunity to chase our dreams and for those dreams to lead us to success. As we graduate today, 250 years on from the birth of our country, as patriots, we are fortunate enough to join in the rich tradition of chasing our very own American dreams. So as we take our first steps into the world, I implore every graduate here today to pursue your passion, as Americans have done for 250 years. Perhaps you share my personal passion for learning. Perhaps your passion is your career. Perhaps your passion is finding someone to settle down and share your life with. Perhaps your passion is to explore the world and experience new things. Or maybe your passion is something else entirely. Truthfully, it doesn't matter what you are passionate about. It just matters that you don't lose your passion. You will be successful by chasing your passions. We've all heard that if you love your job, you will never work a day in your life. But I would like to add, if you are passionate about learning, you will find joy in studying and success in your academic journey. If you work hard to provide for your family because your family is your passion, you will never regret your work. If you must sacrifice stability to explore the world because that is your passion, you will successfully lead a happy life. For 250 years, passion has begotten success. First Colonial High School class of 2026. Patriots, embrace the gift of the American dream which has been bestowed upon you. Be passionate, and I know that this incredible class will find success. Thank you.
Thank you, Liam. I want to take a moment to thank the class officers and committee members of the class of 2026 for their leadership and devotion to the school and their class. I recognize, too, the tireless, dedicated efforts of the class sponsors, Ms. Moxie, Ms. Fountain, and Ms. Scott. My administrative team and student activity coordinator, Mr. Butler, our student activity coordinator support team of Mr. Weddle and Mr. Scarborough. We appreciate their outstanding leadership and support over the last 4 years for this class. Clearly, no journey to excellence is made alone. We have an outstanding faculty and staff at First Colonial High School. If you need proof, look no further than the young adults sitting before us in their caps and gowns. The graduating class is here due to the culmination of their own hard work, coupled with the ongoing support of an amazing team of educators. Faculty, please stand. You guys stand up on that? There we go. Very humble. Class of 2026, please give them a round of applause for all their support over the last 4 years. Thank you. We honor the parents, grandparents, guardians, friends, and family members of our graduates for your years of encouragement and love, which has made this graduation possible today. Students, please take a moment and give a round of applause for everyone here in attendance to watch you today. Now I'd like to take a few moments to highlight the accomplishments, just a few, of the class of 2026, starting with our honor graduates. Our honor graduates are distinguished by the Latin honor system. As I announce each designation, please stand and remain standing until I get through all of them. Would our summa cum laude graduates having a 4.0 grade point average and higher please stand? There are 90 of you. Our magna cum laude graduates with a 3.76 to a 3.99, please stand. Our cum laude graduates having a 3.5 to a 3.75, please stand. And now our honor graduates with a 3.0 or higher, please stand. This group represents 260 of our students, almost 60% of the class. Congratulations on this great achievement. You may be seated. Now I'd like to recognize the LSA graduates. With the Legal Study Academy students, please rise. Thank you. You may be seated. Would any members of the graduating class joining the ranks of our nation's military branches please stand and be recognized? Thank you for electing to serve our country. You may be seated. This year, the Virginia Beach Student Leadership Foundation awarded 2 seniors at each high school medallions for their devoted service and inspirational leadership. As I say your name, please stand and be recognized. Jada Collins and Mandy Organt, please stand. Thank you. Our school has a rich tradition of excellence. Part of the tradition includes honoring the most outstanding seniors as selected by a faculty committee with the Patriot Medallion. The Patriot Medallion is presented to those members of the graduating class who through their exemplary leadership in academics, activities, and/or athletics bring honor and distinction to the school, and who through their daily example among students and staff have been models of good citizenship. As I say your name, please stand and be recognized. Jada Collins, Grace Disher, Sam Levin, Kelsey Little, Zachary Mills, and Kylie Zepnicki, please stand. You may be seated. Congratulations, Patriot Medallion winners, and thank you for your unfailing support of First Colonial High School. We were told by the superintendent in the green room that the class of 2026 in the city of Virginia Beach has amassed the most scholarship money in the history of the school division, and the class of 2026 at First Colonial has put a big hunk of money into that pot. This year, the class of 2026 has amassed over $12 million in grants and scholarships. The class of 2026 has made a remarkable impact on our sports programs. They played a crucial role in the 2023 Class 5 Girls Volleyball State Championship and contributed to the success of the 2024 Class 5 Baseball State Championship. Additionally, this outstanding class achieved a three-peat in the Regional 5A Field Hockey Championship and were state runners-up for 3 consecutive years. Additionally, this year, our boys and girls swim teams won the Class 5 BHSL State Championship, outperforming other teams across the state. Our theater program celebrated another year of outstanding productions, culminating with the musical Sister Act. It was really that good. Between marching and concert band assessments, both ensembles earned excellent ratings in October and March. Our indoor percussion ensemble also earned a silver medal at the championships with their performance at the Hampton Coliseum. And if that wasn't enough, the senior class found time to amass over 22,360 community service hours. We're extremely grateful for our students' dedication to honoring our tradition and creating their own chapters of accolades and accomplishments in their long-standing history of First Colonial High School. On June 8th, we celebrated Law Day and had a chance to honor our graduating class of the Legal Studies Academy, where I reminded them, and I'll remind all of you today, that each one of you has earned the right to be recognized as a member of the ever-growing Patriot family. Class of 2026, while I've only recalled a few of the highlights, there is no doubt you have many more memories to embrace as you leave high school. Memories that are special and unique only to First Colonial. As I look at the class of 2026, I see students who have challenged themselves academically, competed in athletics, performed on stage, served their community, supported their friends, and discovered new passions along the way. I see young adults who have learned that success is rarely a straight line. It is built through perseverance, adaptability, and the courage to keep moving even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Over the past 4 years, each of you has written a unique story. Some chapters were filled with accomplishments and celebrations. Others may have included disappointments, setbacks, or moments of self-doubt. Yet every experience contributed to the person sitting before you today. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn once said, "Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you choose to become." As you leave First Colonial, remember that the most important work ahead of you is not building a resume, earning a degree, or achieving professional success. It is becoming a person of character, integrity, compassion, and purpose. Years from now, people may not remember your GPA, your class rank, or what clubs you joined, but they will remember how you treated them. They will remember whether you listened when someone needed support, whether you encouraged a friend in a difficult moment, or whether you chose kindness when it would have been easier not to. Those are the things that define a life well lived. The world often celebrates those who stand out, but there is also tremendous value in simply being authentic. Be proud of who you are. Embrace the interests, experiences, values, and perspectives that make you uniquely you. Authenticity creates connections. It allows others to know you, trust you, and learn from you. And that brings me to the lesson that I hope you carry with you. None of us succeeds alone. The relationships you've built at First Colonial matter. They've shaped your high school experience. They will continue to influence your future. While your paths may soon diverge, the lessons you learn from one another will travel with you wherever you go. As you move into the next chapter, whether you're heading to college, entering the workforce, serving in the military, pursuing a technical career, or just exploring life, remember that success is not simply about what you achieve. It is about who you become and how you impact the lives of others. The world does not need more people focused solely on personal accomplishment. It needs people who use their talents to serve, lead, create, solve problems, and strengthen their communities. It needs people who are willing to listen, collaborate, and care about something larger than themselves. So my final challenge to you today is simple. Share the perseverance that helped you overcome obstacles. Share the curiosity that's helped you learn. Share the kindness that strengthens friendships. Share the courage to be yourself, even when it's easier to conform. And most importantly, share your gifts in ways that help others discover their own. The future you are entering will present challenges we cannot yet predict, but it also presents opportunities to contribute, lead, and create positive change. Do not wait for someone else to make the world a better place. Share your gifts through your actions, your character, and your willingness to lift up others. Class of 2026, your time at First Colonial has prepared you for more than a diploma. It has prepared you to make a meaningful impact on the people and communities around you. Your story here may be ending today, but your influence is only beginning. Simon Sinek reminds us that leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. Each of you has the ability to influence others through your actions, your character, and your examples you set. Use that influence wisely, because the impact you have on others may become your greatest legacy. On behalf of the entire administrative team, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. To the family and loved ones gathered here today, thank you for your unwavering support and for entrusting us with the privilege of educating these remarkable young people. And to the graduates, congratulations. We're proud of what you've accomplished, excited for what lies ahead, and confident that wherever life takes you, you will share your gifts and inspire others to do the same. And never forget, you will always have a home at First Colonial High School. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026. It's been a pleasure. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, I ask the assistant principals, school counselors, and students to take their places as we confer diplomas to the members of the class of 2026. And as they set up, family and friends, we ask for your cooperation as each name is read. Polite applause is welcome, but please allow the next name to be read and heard by parents and guests in the audience. Thank you.
Liam Brenton Wilson with honors. Kira Nadine Bonfiglio with honors. Layla Elizabeth Bullard with honors. Jacob Alexander Wamette with honors. Jada Anne-Marie Collins with honors. Alexis Marie Adkins Martinez with honors. Diamond Unique Akers. Adamaris Nicole Alejandro with honors. Liz Michelle Almager with honors. Shema Amara Alnas with honors. Manuel David Alvarez Perez with honors. Ezekiel Reese Anderson with honors. Samuel Clark Anderson. Caroline Holland Aragona with honors. Madison Taylor Salvador Austria with honors. Naira Brendolyn Awalesi. Cameron Mackay Bacote. Connor Ray Balding with honors. Ayana Smile Barrett. Rochelle Bartolone Roblero. Malia Bastian with honors. Chevelle Torianne Beal. Anna Karen Becerra Sandoval with honors. Jackson Randall Bennett with honors. Brylan James Bergeron with honors. Tyler Hightower Berry with honors. Kanishka Bardwaj with honors. Gabrielle May Billingsley with honors. Brianne Soleil Bills with honors. Mackenzie Alana Bodensky. Angelo Giovanni Bonacoro. Ryan Joseph Bowden with honors. Cameron Joe Boyd with honors. Addison Drew Boyer with honors. Jesse Raymond Bragg, Jr. Peyton Renee Bress, with honors. Anaya Larae Brewer, with honors. Braden Robert Reeves Brinkley, with honors. Travis Colton Brown, with honors. Lumi Lawton Brozovic, with honors. Jessica Lee Buchanan, with honors. Sierra Renee Bullock, with honors. Gunnar Eric Burney, with honors. Anthony Lucas Butera, with honors. Luis Fernando Calderon Plancarte. Anthony Camargo Bermudez. Shanna Nicole Kaplinger, with honors. Gage Kekoa Carlsword, with honors. Jasper Reese Carmen. Christian Ducre Carrillo, with honors. Bella Deanne Cartwright. Gabriella Marie Cordery, with honors. Bartolome Brody Cerruti, with honors. Kieran Owen Chaduri, with honors. Yaretsi Valeria Choi Reyes, with honors. Scarlett Olivia Arlene Clark, with honors. Ejul Michelle Nicole Clinton Whiting, with honors. Elena Marie Cole, with honors. Ella Renee Collins, with honors. Chloe Mae Conway. Corinne Marie Conway. Carter Bay Councilman, with honors. Robert Hart Covington, with honors. Braylon Ahmad Cuffey, with honors. Grace Catherine Curran, with honors. Alexander Lewis Damon. Catherine Grace Davidson, with honors. Grace Elizabeth Davies Hackenberg, with honors. Ava Nicole Davis. Deshaun Lamont Davis, Jr. Brady Matthew Day. Melody Guerra DeForno, with honors. Thomas Samuel Demi, with honors. Jasir Siande Dickey. Tegan Amelia DeGaido, with honors. Grace Irene Disher, with honors. Thanesha Kinshit Doshi, with honors. Ian Elijah Dover, with honors. Kirsten Janelle Drazen, with honors. Dara James Duffy, with honors. Parker James Dye, with honors. Benjamin Mayolis Dykeman, Jr. Joseph Patrick Eason. Audrina Hope Edwards, with honors. Katie Storm Edwards, with honors. Jakir DeAndre Michael Edwards, with honors. Kaylee Lynn Egis, with honors. Linda Mohammed El Taib, with honors. Tegan Amelia M. Dottie, with honors. Ainsley Lorraine Irwin, with honors. Mateus Espindola Moreira. Isaac Felix Esteban. Charity Anaya Estes, with honors. Annabelle Pearl Evans, with honors. Bryson Scott Evans, with honors. Nora Griffin Everhart, with honors. Allie Matson Faison, with honors. Cameron Elizabeth Fantazzi, with honors. Cody Wade Ferrier. Shania Kimani Farrow, with honors. Brenna Elizabeth Ferry, with honors. Olivia Kathleen Fegley, with honors. Michaela Jade Fight, with honors. Gabriel Feliciano. Iker Fabricio Figueredo, with honors. Adrian Anaya Finney Gripper. Troy Donnie Flora. Caitlin Ann Foster with honors. Jessica Lynn Fox with honors. Ian Andrew Frank with honors. Sydney Brooks Fuller with honors. Jacob Sean Gagne. Emma Margaret Gallant with honors. Joseph Dagoberto Garcia Camargo. Isabella Patricia Mary Gardner with honors. Cameron Michael Gauk with honors. Connor Charles Gensler with honors. Lanaya Monice Gillis. Malia Lisette Gillis. Peter Andrew Glasser with honors. Celia Marie Godfrey with honors. Daphne Abigail Gergen with honors. Lainey Ann Goldman with honors. Jasmine Sophia Gould with honors. Scott Ryan Grabowski. Rhett William Graham with honors. Dax Savage Granitsky with honors. Carter Joseph Gray with honors. David Jeffrey Gregory with honors. Addison Catherine Griffiths. Maura Jane Hessler with honors. Landon Christopher Haynes with honors. Helen Roselyn Hadges with honors. Christopher Cabell Hall with honors. Rory Alexander Hall with honors. Luke William Hamilton. Haley Ann Haypenny with honors. Hunter Lee Hart with honors. Makai Taman Hardy. Juniper Ophelia Hare with honors. Chloe Elizabeth Harris with honors. Christopher Harris. Ethan Glenn Harris. Drew Turner Hartman with honors. Jameer Emmett Hartridge. Coulter John Hatfield. Micah Jaden Hathaway with honors. Luke Hatch Haynes with honors. Charlotte Lenore Haney with honors. Declan James Healy. Elizabeth Renee Heaps. Miles Gray Heffelfinger with honors. Thanos Arthur Heinbach with honors. Gavin Michael Hemingway. Alexa Marie Hernandez with honors. Brian Herrera Castillo. Cormac Alexander Hildum with honors. Lucas Joseph Hills with honors. Carly Sue Hinchman. Elise Corinne Hinkle with honors. Ashlyn K. Hinson with honors. Ethan John Hinson with honors. Heaven Joy Hinton. Cameron Gabriella Hoffman with honors. Kaylee Ann Horner. Samuel Adrian Hosang with honors. Oliver Clark Barbarian Hotellin with honors. Karina June Hovemeyer with honors. Ella Martell Hudson with honors. Jasmine Simone Hudson with honors. Derek Aloysius Hupenbecker. Deanna Marie Jo Hunt with honors. Aiden Michael Hunter. Taya Mary Jackson with honors. Nicole Lene James with honors. Richard Edward Jarvis with honors. Hassani Shahid Winnick Jenkins with honors. Andrew David Johnson with honors. Avion Zamir Johnson. Jace Johnson. Lucy Rowan Johnson with honors. Miles David Johnson. Zaquan Gavin Johnson. Aiden Christopher Jones with honors. Daquana Amaris Jones. Luke Mason Jones with honors. Samuel Charles Kane with honors. Sophia Kaden Karabanakis with honors. Samita Kasarabada with honors. Kylie Joyce Keegan with honors. Camden Sky Kennedy with honors. Coretta Kendall Kenner with honors. Christian Michael Kent. Cameron Lily Kessler with honors. Addison Gray Kaiser with honors. Isadora Kitzmiller with honors. Nathan Matthew Kordek with honors. Zoe Capri Kotsko. Sydney June Krakauer with honors. Jordan Jamie Kulik. Sydney Ryan Labrador with honors. James Andrew Landeros with honors. Evan Dean Lance with honors. Dean Trafton LaRue with honors. Ixia Yarielis Lebron Perez. Aubrey Kate Lejardro with honors. Samuel Abraham Levin with honors. Andrew William Lidgett with honors. Kelsey Lamar Little II with honors. Johanna Victoria Youngstrom with honors. Ashby Christian Logan with honors. Aiden Michael Mallison. Jordan Sincere Micah Mallory. Samuel Kane Maloney with honors. Morgan Marie Marchese with honors. Maris Joan Marshoni with honors. Amani Blythe Margarone with honors. Christopher Klaus Martin with honors. Emily Carlisle Martin with honors. Jessica Morgan Martin. Maggie Catherine Martin with honors. Veda Therese Martin with honors. Angelina or Daniel Martinez with honors. Emma June Martinez with honors. Jada Nicole Martins with honors. Madeline Marie Massey with honors. Yuble Arieli Matias Carrillo. Caitlin Annabella Maxey with honors. Samuel Migdalia Melendez. Lauren Marie Mercurio with honors. Christopher William Merrill with honors. Cecil Scott Miller III with honors. Zachary Vienmar Pasquale Mills with honors. Shernam Kamlesh Modi with honors. Heaven Lee Montgomery Boyd with honors. Bruce Alrosa Moore III with honors. Elena Maria Morales with honors. Zania Ann Morris. Deshaun Lee Morrison. Tristan Christopher Moxley with honors. Elizabeth Ann Moyer with honors. Sydney Elizabeth Moylan with honors. Wade Henry Moylan with honors. Aya Juniper Musina Muhammad with honors. Nora Hanan Nagy with honors. Isabella Marie Nelson. Alexander Roderick Newell with honors. Adam Harvey Newton with honors. Tyler Harvey Newton with honors. Julie Tan Nguyen with honors. Cheyenne Patricia Muriel Norwood with honors. Rochelle Paulette Subuga with honors. Robert Lee O'Donnell III with honors. Ellen Grace Olanson with honors. Siri Dare Olson with honors. Mandy Abigail Organt with honors. Lillian Kate Osif with honors. Chloe Giselle Outland with honors. Sophia Madeline Overby with honors. Nicholas Manolo Peso with honors. Chase Thomas Pallett with honors. Adrian Denise Parker. Ian Gabriel Parker with honors. Michaela Krishanti Parker. Gunnar Hall Pensis with honors. Javon Maurice Pennick. Chloe Diane Pereira with honors. Isaiah D'Angelo Perez with honors. Alexandra Sierra Pierre Charles with honors. Hope Panuski with honors. Ashley Ponce Aragon. Dylan Michael Porter with honors. Marina Evangelia Potamianos with honors. Landon Scott Price. Joan Francisco Pulido Fernandez with honors. Nathaniel Christopher Quigley with honors. Sophia Elise Quinones with honors. Sophia Meki Rahman with honors. Maximus David Ramirez Hueso with honors. Jasmine Eve Rank Ramos with honors. Kelly Jeanette Reedy with honors. Tyler James Reitzel. Gabriel Paxton Maverick Rivera with honors. Gabriella Rose Rosati with honors. Meredith Marie Roach with honors. Sawyer Brent Roberts with honors. Tristan James Robertson with honors. Emerson Rose Rohde with honors. Diara Nicole Rodriguez Montiel with honors. Andy Lawrence Rohrer. Guillermo Emmanuel Rodan Prinque. Gonzalo Romero Mocholi with honors. Theodora Jacqueline Rose with honors. Addison Grace Stortini Rosette with honors. Haley Nicole Ross. Julia Lee Rotilio. Lily Danielle Rouse with honors. Jameson Calla Rowan. Haley Elizabeth Rowland with honors. Braden Matthew Roy with honors. Kobe Davis Rudolph with honors. Ariela Marie Ruiz with honors. Josue Ruiz Arecen. Rex Ava Simone Ruzzi with honors. Brian Michael Ruzzi with honors. Ella Grace Ryan with honors. Kylie Noel Zepnicki with honors. Charlie Sandoval Hernandez. Grayson Wheeler Santos with honors. Bo Glenn Sawyer with honors. Beatrice Darling Sawyers with honors. Phoenix Alexander Wallace Shelberg with honors. Shane Russell Schneider with honors. Cameron Vincent Sealbinder with honors. Reagan Addison Sherrill. Chase Allen Schrader. Ava Chanel Simpson with honors. Kaylee Jade Sims with honors. Allison Parker Scarbeck with honors. Joshua Tyshawn Rashad Smith. Kylie Hope Smith. Rodney Bruce Smith Jr. Samaya Jacqueline Smith with honors. Adeline Rain Stacks with honors. Caden Maslam Stalker. Megan Renee Stambaugh with honors. Asher Lawrence Stanton with honors. Riley Anthony Steele. Madeline Rose Stroud with honors. Davion Lamont Summers. Ian David Shevchuk with honors. Jackson Tyler Talbert. Alyssa Marie Teague with honors. Austin Charles Temple with honors. David Randolph Throckmorton III with honors. Ryder Evans Thumb with honors. Emma Margaret Todd with honors. Theodore Richard Torok. Kamora Neve Trent with honors. Ellen Siskarishvili with honors. Rayon Kiel Tyler. Mary Ann Urquhart with honors. Gabriel Armando Valentin. Mackenzie Rose Valentine. Harley Amanda Valentino with honors. Emmanuel Eric Vargas Salinas with honors. Jessica Kisenvi Vasquez. Madison Renee Velasco with honors. Thelma Jamilette Vialta. Mila Marie Valoria. Ethan Charles Veazey with honors. Carly Jade Wall with honors. John Robert Wallace with honors. Shania Latrice Washington. Layla Evelyn West. Max Gerhardt Wyrock with honors. Cheyenne Sierra Wheeler with honors. Elbert Lee White III with honors. Sydney Jacqueline Whiteman with honors. Ryan Elizabeth Whitworth with honors. Chase Griffin Wilkerson with honors. Kyra Lynn Williams. Mackenzie Dawn Williams. Oliver Brian Williams with honors. Azalea Amira Wilson with honors. Luke Alexander Whitty with honors. Michael Thomas Wojciechowski. Connor Lynn Wolliver with honors. Maddox Riley Wood. Margaret Ann Elizabeth Wright with honors. Shamira Lauren Wright Brownson with honors. Noah Harbe Yatsu with honors. Coleman Taylor Yost with honors. Asa Brixton Zitron. Chloe Rose Zuckerman with honors.
Great job. You did so well. We have not seen the girls so students go through that book ever.
As we approach the ceremony's conclusion, the audience is reminded that the graduates will formally recess after the graduation declaration. Parents and guests, you may leave when the students recess out so that you can meet your new alumni in front of the convention center. Class of 2026, please rise. Graduates, it is my privilege to conduct the switching of the tassel, signifying the completion of graduation exercises. This gesture signifies the alignment of the heart and the mind, and is a gentle reminder that when you combine an educated mind and a heart full of passion, that anything is possible. Please move your tassels to the left. As principal of First Colonial High School, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the graduation requirements set forth by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach. I now pronounce you graduates of First Colonial High School. We'll now have the teachers recess from their ceremonies, and the graduates will follow. Thank you and have a wonderful summer.